Attempting the listening comprehension part 2. Firstly, we're going to listen to the text that has already been read to you once for a second time, and this time, please take notes. Make the notes cryptic. Remember, your answer must also be very short and cryptic. So don't write, too long, just the key points, all right? So listen very carefully to the text for the second time. Visualization. Success is not an accident. It is a deliberate, systematic process of deciding where you want to go and what it will look like when you get there, and then taking the steps day by day to turn those dreams into reality. Perhaps the most powerful of all tools for success that you can learn is visualization, seeing with the mind's eye. All improvement in your life begins with an improvement in your mental pictures. Your mental pictures guide you to act in ways that make your wishes come true. Successful people are those who continually think about pictures and images of the people they would like to be and the lives they would like to live. Unsuccessful people are those who continually dwell on and imagine exactly the things that they don't want to happen in their lives. Your subconscious mind is extraordinarily powerful. It coordinates every aspect of your thoughts, feelings, behaviors, words, actions, and emotions. It will guide you to behave in accordance with the goals that you visualize. Your subconscious mind merely accepts commands from the conscious, visualizing mind. Therefore, if you visualize something that you fear, your subconscious mind will accept that that is a command. It will trigger your fears instead of your dreams and inspirations. It has been proved in a survey that successful people think about successful, happy things. The starting process of remarkable success begins when you discipline yourself and think positively instead of negatively. Worrying is a form of negative goal setting. These are goals you do not want to achieve. Think about your goals constantly, and you will start to move towards them. There are 4 methods that you can use to tap into the powers of visualization. Think and visualize your goals. Read about successful people. Write down your goals every day. Before going to bed, feed your mind positively. Now, we are going to answer the questions. The questions will also be read to you with the mark allocation, and you will be given a very short while to answer the questions. Therefore, I suggest that you don't write long answers. Write short answers, please. Remember, spelling doesn't count. Be relaxed. Listen carefully to every question and answer on the paper that you have in front of you. Number 1, according to the writer, why is success not an accident? 1 mark. Two, What is the most powerful of all tools of success? 1 mark. Explain the concept of visualization in your own words for 2 marks. Four. What is the difference between successful and unsuccessful people according to the passage? 2 marks. Number 5. What was found after the survey that was done on visualization? 1 mark. Number 6. Mention 2 ways in which one can tap into one's power, the powers of visualization. Only 2 ways, 2 marks. Number 7. Give one example of negative goal setting according to the passage. Only 1 mark. Number 8. Explain what is meant by tapping into your powers of visualization. What is meant by that? Your own words for 2 marks. And then finally, number 9 is for 3 marks. They want you to critically discuss whether you think the subconscious mind is as powerful as the writer indicates in this passage. Do you agree with that for 3 marks? Now, let us evaluate your response. For number 1, you had to say that success is regarded as a deliberate action, right? Therefore, it's not an accident. One decides where wants to go. Either of those things, that it's a deliberate action, one decides, will be 1 mark, and I've indicated it there in orange. Number 2, the use, the most powerful tool of success is, of course, the use of visualization. You can see that we have 1 mark there only. The number 3, I've got there, explain the concept of visualization. You're going to have to say something about that, it's a process or it's a technique that you can use to improve your life by improving your mental pictures. You have to talk about improving your mental pictures to get that second mark. Make sure that you mark correctly there. Then 4, the difference between successful and unsuccessful people is that successful people think of what their lives should look like, right? And unsuccessful think about what it shouldn't look like. Should look like, shouldn't look like, what they don't want to happen. Words to those, to the effect, the same effect. It doesn't make much difference. 2 marks there. And then 5, what did the survey find? That successful people think about successful and happy things. That success, thinking of success, breeds success. Let's look at the next one. 2 ways that you can tap into your powers of visualizing. You can read about successful people. That's the one that you can give yourself a mark for. Writing your goals down daily. You could have written that one. You could have said thinking about positive things before going to bed. Writing down your goals, as I said, but you have only 2, so 2 of those. A few, I think 3 or 4 were given, but it's for 2 marks. Then give yourself the 2 if you've got 2. 7 was an easy one. An example of negative goal setting is, of course, worrying. And if you said stressing, that's also fine. 1 mark there. And 8, explain what is meant by tapping into your powers of visualization. So in other words, you have to say something that it is a technique or it is an act. It is the something there of. So you have to have that mark for a first mark, please. Picturing the positive outcome to achieve success. In other words, give the rest as well for 2 marks. And then number 9, I want you to evaluate your own answer. Think about it. Critically discuss whether you think that the subconscious mind is as powerful. Well, you can say yes, because you could say, well, you have experienced how your subconscious mind influences your thoughts. You've had experiences of that. And you know that if you visualize something, whether it's positive or negative, you act upon those words. So in other words, you can just take what's in the passage in terms of that it is effective. You can say, yes, I agree, and then give those 3 marks. You could have gone, you could have said something different, but something that is related to the passage, but that is totally valid in terms of the question. You could also have said no, because you have had the opposite experience. You have seen this personally and that personally. So you could have gone negative or positive and negative. But if you've got 3 valid points there, give yourself the 3 marks there. Then add your marks up and you'll get a mark out of 15. Write it down and rate your response.